Happy Monday, and welcome to another edition of my Make It Monday, where each Monday I stop by and share with you some projects that I'm working on in hopes to inspire you to do something creative as well. As you can see, I am still in Mississippi. Well, while I am recording this, I am in Mississippi. By the time this video goes live, I will be in Houston on my way with a long trip back to Guam. Yes, I'm actually heading home. So I'll be flying into Houston, spending the night there, and then making that long journey from Houston to Tokyo and then Tokyo to Guam. So I'm excited to go home and check out all the new stuff that I've ordered and that I need to play with and just get ready for the holidays. Can you believe it's November already? Anyway, so I've got some quick and easy projects for you today, and also to highlight one of the new stamp bundle that will be soon as an online exclusive. And I'm excited because it's actually, I think you've seen it. It's the Happy Hibiscus. So I'm making two cards today with the Happy Hibiscus to show you the possibilities or how it works. And hopefully that will entice you to also want that in your shopping cart. And before we step in to work on our project, I also wanted to remind you that this Sunday I have a kit together, and I hope that you will make plans to join me. Whether you are subscribing to a paper pumpkin or you have purchased a kit already, or even if you don't have a kit, I do have kits available. Come join me for about 2 hours and we'll do some crafting together. Should be fun. So message me and let me know if you can make it. And then the following week, I have a Christmas tag class. There's still space available, but you will need to let me know in advance because I do need to order that for the class, for the supplies. So that should be fun. I mean, in 2 hours, churn out a whole bunch of tags and you'll be all set for the holidays. So I hope you'll make plans to join for that one as well. And then last but not least, it's my annual turkey trot. So if you are the first if your order is the first 5 orders with $50 or more, you are entered to win one of these little prizes, and it's just a lot of fun. And if you're the first 5, you're guaranteed to win something. So I think it's a lot of fun. Anyway, so details, I'll share the link below as to where the details were posted. Okay, so without further ado, let's head back in and let's do some crafting. All right, we're back inside and let's get crafting. So today I wanted to introduce you to a new stamp bundle that is coming up this week. And it's one certainly that my team here on Guam is really excited about because it is something tropical. Happy Hibiscus. It's just a really beautiful set. And let me introduce, so in addition to the stamp set, there's also a set of dies. Oops, I think I've pulled away some of the dies that I'll be using today, so that's why it's not there. And then also with a beautiful embossing folder. Isn't this beautiful? Oh, that's probably not a good idea. Oh, I know how. There. You can see it better against the darker background here, right? Just love this all over pattern. And this is how it looks like. Okay. Look at the details. And what makes this a hybrid embossing folder is that you can also cut out these little pieces. And so basically what happens is you will insert this onto your embossing folder. Okay, so you just align it and you can't miss it because once you've got it correctly placed, it won't move. Okay, so if you're like this, of course it moves, right? So if you lock it in, Oops, let's see. There we go. Once you've locked it in, it won't move. See, it's moving because I haven't gotten it right. Okay, there. So it's locked in, and what you want to do then is then place the paper over. Okay, let me see here. Okay, see, it moved again. There. Okay, so once it's locked in, I think that's locked in. Why isn't it moving? Okay, and then you will put this over it. And you get to emboss this out. So let me just show you real quickly how this looks like. So you'll get your embossing, cut and emboss machine, okay? And the sandwich is the first platform. Okay. You can see I've got lots of things here in this little desk. And I'm going to move it in like this. I want to show you how beautiful it is. It's worth watching, okay? There we go. Okay. Side. Ta-da! So it cuts out these pieces here. Very cool, right? All right, so today I have two cards that I wanted to share with you that kind of plays with this set to give you an idea the possibilities of what you can make with this kit, this stamping bundle. Okay, so let me put this aside and we'll get started. All right, so first thing I wanted to do is to color this trio of flowers. This trio of flowers actually matches exactly, well, this is not to size, right? But you get the idea that this will give you a clean cut of the three flowers all together. And as you know, I am traveling, so excuse my stamping block. I just realized I didn't have a block that was big enough to accommodate all of this, because generally I just keep these size D blocks at my mom's house. And so I happen to have one of these old cutting boards, and I said, you know what, I think that works. And it did work. So, hey, right? And also, just to mention, usually on my trips, I favor the watercolor pencils and a black StazOn ink as my coloring medium. But this trip, since I actually have a duplicate set of these Stampin' markers, yes, I did order duplicate. I don't know. I mean, can anybody relate buying duplicates of things? But anyway, so I decided to bring this along as my coloring medium this trip. And I actually really like the effect that it has on this card because of the look and the feel that I wanted. So good. So to color your images, you will need the brush tip. So let's get going. So I am just on the edge of my brush tip. I'm not going like this. I am going sideways. And it's actually not bad. You just need to make sure that you have covered all the edges, all the surfaces. Okay. And with this image, it really wasn't that critical to have an exact deep imprint. You'll see when I ink it up and you'll see what I mean. So, especially with the solid parts, I am inking this up like this. Okay, just making sure I've got all the colors going over. Because I'm doing 3 of them together, I have to go back just to make sure that it's still inky. Okay, I think that's it. So I've got this, and I'm going to stamp it. And voila. Okay. So after that, I'm going to ink up the solid block. As you can see, this is the outline images, and these are to fill in the insides. Okay, so I'm going to color one, and here we go. Now, just something that I've learned or have a practice of is when I'm coloring this image, I want to make sure that my edge is for sure colored, because that defines the image, and that really is most important. You know, the inside here can be splotchy, and that's fine, but the edge, you want to make sure it's intact, the edge, the outline of the image. Okay, so I think I've got enough there. And then the next thing I wanted to do is, wow, it's the first time, okay. And then what I'm going to do is I happen to have, where did it go? Oh, there it goes. Calypso Coral Stampin' Spot. These come in handy with, these are probably from one of the kits that I've left here. And so what I'm going to do is just dab onto a darker shade around the center of the flower, just to give it a little bit more definition. And I am going to stamp over it. Okay, it's kind of difficult now because I have a camera between me, but oh well, let's go. Live dangerously, right? Oh, that's exactly how I like it. Because I wanted an islandy watercolor look, I don't mind this splotchiness. I actually really like this organic look. It looks very natural that way. And so I would repeat this with the other solid stamp and cut it out. Okay. And then you will have, oh, where did my samples go? There we go. And you will have these. This is from playing with it. See? I actually quite like this one, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it out and use it on the card that we're making today. So we'll be back. Hey, I'm back. Magic of videotaping, correct? Okay, so I can put this aside. So I've got all these little pieces, but I really like this. Look. Okay. All right, so the next thing I want to do is, okay, so I'm going to make a tag. As you know, I love these Paper Pumpkin extra add-on dies, and this month's die is this particular tag, and there's also this fern, and it's just perfect because if you purchase any flowers from the florist, don't they add extra fern to the bouquet just for fillers? So that's what I'm going to use this for. And let me show you how it cuts out. Isn't this gorgeous? So I'm looking around my table here. There we go. So this is how this cuts out. But to make it a little bit extra special, I went ahead and embossed this as well. So the embossing folder is actually pretty large, and it really gives you the option of where you want to place your embossed piece, right? So because I know I'm going to be covering up part of this way with my flower, so I'm looking for little images that will show up here. And what I wanted to do is just probably go like this. Okay, I know you probably can't see it, but oh, there. Maybe you can't. But anyway, so it gives you a lot of option as to how you want to emboss this tag to give it that extra textile look. And so this is what I ultimately decided. See, I wanted these little things on the corner here. And I am going to mount these on here. Right? So let's get working. So I also, part of the stamp die also included these hibiscus leaves. The hibiscus leaves actually are flat like this, flat. So it's really nice to have an arrangement of greenery on the flower like this. Okay, and so I think I'm going, do I need more flowers? Let me see. I don't think I want any more. Well, actually that might look good. But before I do that, let's bring out the card that I want to do. So this is going to be a thick white cardstock that I have cut out, okay? And then I have used, this is, I believe, the Summer Splash. And I like this because it has this islandy tribal look that I think would look really great with this hibiscus. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and, I know today I'm kind of all over the place. It's just when you're out of your own element, you're not sure of where things are and how you want to proceed. So I'm actually looking forward to heading home in my own little corner. Okay, that's good. So I am going to put this here, okay? And I've also gone ahead and made this tag. Again, I used my markers to swipe on the ink onto the stamp. And again, it looks splotchy, but I actually like the splotchy look of it. It's more watercolor, more natural looking, so I'm happy with the effect it has onto this card, because this is ultimately an islandy card, right? Or a casual. So I'm trying to arrange this and see how I want this. Okay, let me see. I might need this to be, well, who says this has to be on the bottom? Oh yeah, that might work. Might do something like this, right? Or maybe not. We'll just put this a little bit up. Maybe we will put this down here. Right? It's just always fun arranging this, right? This is where I say I channel my florist designer wannabe, right? So let me see, this will be good like that. Let me just kind of, there, see, I wanted to have that there. There, I think that looks great. Maybe that would go a little bit down like that. So let me go ahead and glue this down and then we'll come back. All right, so behind the cameras, I went ahead and glued everything down. And I added some linen thread on here just to kind of finish off the tag look. So what do you think? Wasn't too hard, was it? So another version that I did as I was prepping for this session was this card. So what do you think? Do you like having the label there, or do you like actually stamping the greeting onto the tag? So there's two options. So for this one, I did it plain because I didn't want to detract from the floral background. Here, since we have a embossed tag, I didn't want to have it to be too busy. So that's what happens here. All right. So moving on to the next card now. I'm going to show you another way to play with the floral images. So instead of coloring the inside, we're going to use a colored cardstock to make it easier for us. So what we need to do first is ink up the outline, because that way it will give it more definition. So for this card, I'm using Petunia Pop. Again, for those who are joining me later and you're wondering, what kind of a block is she using? Well, that's a block that, because I don't have the right block when I'm visiting my mom. Next time I will know. So this is, I believe it's called Melon Mambo. And I'm going to go ahead and ink this up. So there. Okay. And my color choice wasn't random. I actually really depended on my color wheel for this. So I knew I had a Mellow Mambo cardstock in my mom's house. So I wanted to know what are the colors that will go with it. And so by going through the wheel here, it tells me that these are all the analogous colors, meaning they will all coordinate well. So I brought my Petunia Pop with me. So I said, oh, okay, I can use it with confidence. Okay. So if you're ever unsure about colors to use, I highly recommend this color wheel. This is something, again, new. That's going to be an online exclusive item coming up this week. Tomorrow, or on Guam time, it will probably be Wednesday or Tuesday afternoon that you can purchase this color wheel. It's just really a helpful tool. Okay, so once I've colored this or inked it up, stamped it up, I am going to cut it out, right, with the embossing folder. Yeah, because otherwise what's going to happen is it's going to be a very flat, flower. But by using the embossing folder, it really enhances it. So it's a little bit tricky, but I think it's well worth the effort of aligning them. Okay, so what you're going to do is first, I'm trying to remember my process. Okay, so I am going to lock in this, right? So I've locked in my die, and then I am going to bring in my stamped image. Okay, there we go. So you just kind of wiggle it until it fits right there. My trick is, you see this little hook here? I try to match up that hook there. I think that should do it, right? What do you think, guys? Okay, just kind of move it a bit. Okay, I think I'm good. So I need to cut off that little piece there because it is in the way. Okay, so I think we're okay. So let me pop this in the Stampin' Cut machine and bring you back the result. Okay, I'm back. So doesn't this look a lot more livelier when you've embossed it? I certainly think so. Oh, I've got a sample of a flat flower, right? So this one, I inked up the outline image, and then I inked up the what do you call it, the inside, and just cut it out as is. See, with this one, there's that a little bit more detail. It just looks a little bit nicer, don't you think? Okay, so let's put this on a card. Oops, this gets stuck here. And ta-da! So this is my second card. Okay, so I've embossed this and I've added on the flowers there. What do you think? Will this be on your shopping cart, in your shopping cart? So for this one, I chose another one of those paper pumpkin dies. I tell you, I just love the paper pumpkin add-on dies. They are so useful, so nice, that if you are not a paper pumpkin subscriber, I would encourage you just to get this whole series. I mean, look at this. And it's so easy to travel with too. So these are all dies, and then again, this is the die that I was using. This one with the labels and the fern. I think just with the fern is well worth getting it, because this is such a great, you know, add-on to your floral arrangement. So, okay, so this is one card. This is the other card that we sort of made together today. Here's another card that I made before the session. And I also wanted to show you the one that I did 2 Mondays ago. I featured it in my fun fold. Let's see, fun fold. Okay, so 3 different looks, right? So this particular one is I just inked it up with the solid stamp and the outline, die cut it out, and called it good. That was in the very beginning. Then what I can do is I colored the inside with my markers, and it gives it that watercolored look, okay? And stamped it, cut it out. And now another technique is then to outline the flower using the outline stamp, and then to cut out with a die cut to give it that extra texture. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed these cards, and if you have any questions, please feel free to message me, and I'd be happy to help you. And if you place an order of $75 or more, you will receive from me a packet, a supply packet that you can reproduce a card like this. Now, obviously, I cannot give you the stamps, but in your supply packet, there will be papers, note cards, and some dies, okay, for you to play with, some linen thread to play with, whether you use your own stamp set or you actually purchase the set and reproduce this, whichever. But anyway, it's my little thank you gift for placing an order of $75 or more. So you'll get enough supplies for 3 cards. All right, so the link to order is in the description box below. So along with my my turkey trot. Yes, please don't forget about the turkey trot. I think it's a lot of fun. All you need is $50 and you're in the running, okay, to receive a little prize from me for placing an order. Just a little something extra during this holiday season. And again, don't forget, my Kit Together is this Sunday, 3 to 5. Let me know and I can reserve a seat for you. And then the following Saturday is my holiday tags class. That's always a fun one. You can make, this is especially great for newbies too. So if you have been, lurking and not knowing whether to join or not, this is a great class to join, because you're making little tags, and it's something useful that you can use right away. All right, so thank you again for joining me, and I'll see you next Monday. Bye.